Big up, chat. Welcome to Anfield Road TV. You're absolute bloody legends. Hope you're having a lovely Halloween. Anyway, got been out trick or treating anyway with the family as well. So hope you had a quality time. As I said, hopefully we're not anticipating a horror show tomorrow. We've already seen quite a lot of them already this season, chat. But get your comments in if you are new around here as well. Hit that subscribe button down below and put your bell notification on. But a massive thank you before we get into today's episode to every single one of you. We managed to hit 5k subscribers. Absolutely fantastic work from every single one of you as well. But I really do appreciate it. Just wanted to take time out to everyone that's had me on their channels as well. Had me and they've thankfully come on my channel as well. It's been an absolute pleasure. Absolute legends, most importantly. And I know a lot of yous, obviously, you can't watch all the content every single time, but from everyone that's been there from 3, 4, 5 years ago anyway, when we started doing YouTube, never anticipated anyone to be tuning in. Still do it as a hobby anyway. I love talking about the Reds. Win, lose or draw, we'll just debate as well. And we're talking most importantly about the club we all love. And absolute legends as well. But we'll get to everyone in the comment section below, the most important people on this channel as well. Big up Tom, in absolute legends. Doug, if you are free, mate, you're welcome to come on, mate. I'll drop you the link on Twitter. But how you doing, Rob? I was going to say, Rob's been absolutely everywhere. Hope you've been sound, lads. As I appreciate you tuning in, as always. But it's going to be a massive night tomorrow evening. As I said in the title and the thumbnail, really, will Liverpool massively rotate? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below in terms of the starting 11. And obviously, of course, the score predictions anyway. It's going to be a very difficult game for Liverpool going into this game. Obviously, Napoli flying high at the top of the Serie A anyway, in terms of, obviously, even in the group, as you can see down there, and going quickly, we'll get the standings up for the Champions League as it stands, as we know. Liverpool going to this game needing to better the result, in which we did find away from home in the Champions League. Anyway, we need to, but it's going to be difficult. As you can see, the win. Napoli coming to Anfield, it's going to be one of them games where Liverpool really need to stand out as well. But yeah, right, one sec. So just give us a shout out anyway, Doug. I'll drop you the link on Twitter anyway, mate. No worries if you can't join me anyway. But Reds, let me know your thoughts going into this game anyway. I'd say I'm excited. Just done a great episode with Dave LFC Chats, everyone. So please do head over there and show your support to Dave, the absolute bloody legends. But yeah, me and the lads were speaking. It's a bit mad that we're going into a game, and I'm going into this with a lot of trepidation, and quite rightly so. We're not going off the previous results, and we've been wanting responses from this Liverpool team of the best part of the last couple of weeks, really. And we quite frankly haven't got a lot in terms of we've been, as we spoke about in the post-match reaction show as well. Nice one for everyone for tuning into that as well. You're watching this Liverpool side, and when they're not doing the bare minimum, as we said, in terms of running the extra 5-10 yards, getting the second, third ball as well. Big up Eamons, absolute legends. How you doing, mate? Hope you had a lovely weekend anyway, mate. As I said on chat, let us know your thoughts on your starting 11. I'm hoping that we do see Ibu Konate come into the game in terms of tomorrow night. I'm wanting to see Konate impose himself and really get, obviously, I can't be dealing with another game watching Joe Gomez. I think I seen a stat that yesterday evening in terms of the amount of errors Joe Gomez has led to. I think it's about four goals that we've conceded and led to errors in terms of when Joe Gomez has been on the football pitch. And when you've got him making mistakes, we were all applauding him, quite rightly so, off the back of the Manchester City game as well. He was man of the match for a lot of people in that game against City, but the way in which he's followed up the recent performance levels is quite frankly not being good enough. But check, get your starting 11s in the comment section below as well. As I said in the title, will Klopp rotate? Will he go strong anyway? I know from a club, and we all know from a club perspective, really, big up Panov, mate, absolute legend. In terms of club and the revenue streams, we all know the money in which is generated from any team winning a game of football in the Champions League. It means so much in terms of financials. Well, it would for Liverpool if we actually spent money, but we all know we don't. But we've got two games left before the World Cup anyway. In terms of the Napoli game, obviously got your Derby game as well, and obviously the big one against Tottenham Hotspur as well. So, and then we've got the break, which will. Do you reckon it is coming at the right time? For me, it personally has. I think it's going to offer quite a lot of respite for Liverpool and a respite for a lot of these players. It's more or less giving them an out, really. I tell you what, Christ, if we were going into this fixture period this season, if we didn't have a World Cup, the form we've been in, it's the last couple of seasons we've seen Liverpool off the back of January really kick on, getting like the mad stats, like 50 points out of like a crazy start. Like last year was out of 54 points anyway. So it's madness. I'm going into this game not confident. The last couple of results for Liverpool have been really lacklustre, disappointing in every aspect, really. But I don't see Jurgen Klopp rotating and wanting to take this game. And I don't know if you've seen the interview in which James Milner done, and that said a lot about obviously James Milner. I think it would have been difficult because a lot of the questions, and quite rightly so, it's about time the journalists have been asking quite hard, difficult questions anyway, in terms of Milner's, he's got that experience in his locker, really. He deals with the questions quite well. But I just wish the journals were answering a lot more, asking a lot of difficult questions this whole season, even prior to the season starters anyway, in terms of as we said, the midfield issues. But it's going to be a difficult game. Osimhen, the Nigerian striker, anyway, it's going to be a lot of suitors. And obviously the Kosovo winger, the left winger for them, he's been in absolutely inspired form. Obviously joint highest goal scorer for Napoli in the Serie A as well. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think Napoli are coming to this game wanting to get all 3 points and really putting a statement down off the back of the result in which they had in recent week. Obviously the return fixture a couple of weeks ago. They've taken that result, the absolute battering at the hands of Napoli. Liverpool suffered, and it was very embarrassing. That's probably one of the lowest points this season. But there's no hiding places tomorrow in terms of the performance level. This team needs to go out regardless of who's playing or who's starting, really, as well. And a big up plan of as well, get to his starting 11, mate, and we'll go through obviously his starting 11 in a little minute. But there's no hiding place for a lot of these, for all the Liverpool players tomorrow. And we've seen Andy Robinson really, especially against Rangers, one of the key points, and even off the back of the game against that we've just had as well. I'm wanting to kick on Reds. I'm not going to go mad. I'd be happy to win the game 1-0, escaping a lot of injuries. I don't want that. We all don't want that to happen, really. But big up Avens, absolute legends. I never know what team and formation we're playing these days as well. And obviously, Eamon said there, take your pick, really. And it's the thing, Eamon and Banov as well, and Chat as well. We've all spoke about this in the build-up to this season. Would Liverpool do a drastic change of formation? But it's the fact that we're dwindling, not dwindling, but we're messing about with formations. And yes, it might have worked against West Ham and obviously the games in which we have kind of picked up points in recent weeks, but it's not ideal. Jurgen Klopp, and most importantly, he likes to do his stuff in France and Evian and a couple of weeks prior. For me, it screams quite a lot of desperation. And we've all said this after the post-match and the pre-match build-up shows as well. It's going to be a difficult game. And what I don't want to go into this game tomorrow night, everyone let us know that I don't want us to get absolutely embarrassed in the whole, even though we did in terms of away at Napoli, it got really messy in terms of just the shocking performances levels. But if these performance levels in which we have seen in the last 2 Premier League games against Forest as well, and in terms of the other game we just had as well, I don't want that. It could get really messy, and it would give a lot of confidence really to that Napoli side anyway, going into, as I said, going into the bounce in the World Cup and as well. Thanks for the notification. Yeah, big up notifications on YouTube as well. Hope you're well, Brian. But bear with me 1 second here, chat. 1 sec, whilst just get the the statistics bar up. 1 second there, chat. In terms of Napoli as well. Can I share that screen? Hopefully. And we'll just have a little look in terms of where Napoli do find themselves in terms of the Serie A this year. And obviously off the back of a good, impressive win against Sassuolo. Obviously Osimhen got 2 goals midweek. As we said, not even going to pronounce that name. But the Georgian winger, he's got a lot of plaudits as well, and quietly so. He's one of the hottest prospects in European football at the minute. I think you will see it cost a lot of money to prize him out of Napoli, but whoever does get him, it's going to be interesting in terms of next couple of seasons. But when you look in terms of Napoli, in terms of Serie A, 12 games played, 32 points accumulated, scoring a madness, 30 goals, and only conceding 9. So apart from Atalanta, who probably, I find it mad, chat, but that just shows how defensive the Italian sides are set up, and historically, that has always been the case in terms of the Italian teams. But as you can see, AC Milan, look at Juventus, Christ Almighty. But in terms of their starting 11, in terms of this game, to get the starting line up that did feature against Sassuolo. You've got Raul Kim, obviously the Korean centre half, who's been quite impressive for them. Juan Jesus, Di Lorenzo, and Guisa, chat, bloody hell. That game, obviously, used to play for Fulham a long time ago, as we remember. But the main threats, as I said, the Georgian Kvar, I call him. He's going to be a threat. Osimhen off the back of an hat-trick as well. Lozano, Politano as well. He's got a key threat for them down the right-hand flank. But let's get to everyone's comments most importantly. But big up Gary as well. YouTube notifications suck. Tell me about it, lad. Liverpool must do better against Napoli after they gave Liverpool. That's one way of putting it, Gary. But big up Connor from the Cop Council. Connor will be live in the next 25 minutes. Connor, I'll drop you the link, mate, if you're around, but no worries if you aren't. But please do head over, support Connor, a massive friend of mine and top lads as well. On YouTube, that's the thing. Just done YouTube as a hobby, and I've had the privilege of meeting Connor and a lot of great Liverpool YouTubers as well. It's just enjoy it. We just love talking about footy, and most importantly, love talking about Liverpool as well. But a massive thank you, mate. Forgot to make sure, don't forget. There we go. He's doing a bit of housekeeping for me anyway. But chats, it would be your starting 11s. We'll get to Panovs to make interesting reading in terms of obviously the Champions League. But that was obviously Napoli's result against obviously Sassuolo as well. But it will be interesting in terms of where this does leave Liverpool off the back of how it does unfold. We'll find out come tomorrow 8 p.m. I'm hoping, as I said, top of the show, I'm wanting to see a much improved performance, most importantly anyway. And we'll find out. The intensity needs to be there from the early start. The crowd, being Anfield, the crowd will be up for it. But will the players be up for it? It's frustrating. And the last couple of results, and you know me, you try to be as most positive as possibly can, and even we've been very fortunate, but I don't want the level of expectations to drop really, and I don't think Jurgen Klopp or any of you want to see the expectations dropping in the next couple of weeks. I don't want the players to give up, not like they would do that or publicly say, but the results in the last couple of weeks, especially the season as well, for me, what I'm getting massively from this team is that they're not willing to fight for every last kick of the game. And lucky enough, I was speaking to Doug from the Dugout Football Channel as well. Massive thank you for having me on the show, mate. And it was the case of point of really the fight doesn't seem to be there, and that's not a characteristic in which you would label a Liverpool team, especially under Jurgen Klopp as well. That's something that we're not used to. But big up there. I'm sure Napoli will rest players as well, Mark. As I said, they've got quite a good defensive record in the Serie A this season in terms of their performances. But chat, get your score predictions in. We'll get to Panovs lads and ladies, get your starting 11s in anyway. But Panov's gone with, obviously, his team. He's went with Ali, Ibu, Phillips, Nat Phillips, Ramsey, and Kostas Tsimikas. Obviously, it'd be great to see. I think, obviously, got Ramsey playing right back there as well, mate. And then he's gone with a midfield with Fabinho, Milner, and Jones. And then Carvalho, Nunes, and Salah, mate. There needs to be some changes, and I know we need to do something. And whether that's changing personnel, I think we will. I know a lot of people are going into this game with a thinking with Tottenham on the mind, but as I said, I don't want this game to be another result, another poor performance, really. I just can't be arsed watching this game back or watching a game. I don't think any of us can, and we're getting absolutely battered at home anyway, as Gary alluded to before. But I'd go for something similar, Panov, as well. I want to see Ramsey given an opportunity. I know he's been out this season with injuries, but what's the point of signing these players if we're not willing to give them an opportunity? I think it would give, and especially the way in which Trent reacted, chat, as well. He's if he wants to be captain of Liverpool Football Club, he's got to be respecting the manager's changed tactics, regardless of what Trent thinks about them. Respect the club and respect, obviously, Jurgen Klopp, most importantly, as well. I get you're going to be frustrated coming off the pitch, but fair enough if Trent was pulling up trees this season, which he hasn't. He's been probably one of the worst performers in a Liverpool shirt this year, really, in reality. And yeah, as Panov said, I'd go with a couple of changes. Even if you need to. I think the one thing that Curtis Jones suffers from massively, especially in his Liverpool career, is not really having that consistent run of form. I'd much rather give them, if you think about the minutes when Naby's being fit, I'd much rather give those minutes to Curtis Jones or another player in the youth academy or someone really that is not even a Bajcetic. Just give them an opportunity, because we can't continuously keep on playing these players when they're in such bad form. Yes, you can try and play them into form or out of form, really, but it's always going to be difficult. But as Raymond's there, I never thought to see what team or formation we're playing these days. But yeah, spot on there, mate. I agree. Big up Gary as well. Lots of criticism of the crowd Saturday. Yeah, Brian, it's you know me, Brian, when I've done my post matches as well, when I've been in the ground. When you go to the game or if you're watching around the world, you want to be seeing a performance level, really. It's all right, the crowd or all of us supporting from around the globe as well. What we need to see is the performance levels. And if you're going into a game or if you face 5-10 minutes of a game, the crowd are giving beans in the opening first couple of minutes. But if the performance level is flat, you're going to get the whole atmosphere being flat anyway. Even if it's a bad shoulder tackle or like at least seeing a player not get irritated, but at least trying to battle with an opposition player, squaring up to them. Because they're the little moments that you go into the ground or if you're watching at home, they're one of the most exciting things, really, just seeing players squared up. It's the small things in football that really we get the most enjoyment out of as well. The most important thing is obviously getting the ball in the back of the net and the reaction from that, really. But yeah, for me, I want to see some fight, most importantly, going into this game tomorrow night, because the last couple of results, we've lacked a lot of fight and a lot of attitude, really. And we already spoke about the attitude, really, in terms of the last couple of results. It's been absolutely poor from quite a lot of those players anyway. Just the odd one or two that are really putting on the red shirt and really representing the football club in a good manner. It's a shame that we can't get at least 11 to 14 players on every single week. I know it's good Liverpool doing that over the last 3-4 years, but if we want to be as successful as we possibly can, we can't pick and choose when we want to turn up. That's not what Man City do. It's not what Man United used to do back in the day as well. When Fergie go, yes, Sans, we've won a title, we'll go again. Liverpool, quite frankly, have won a couple of trophies and went, Sans, that's good enough. And for the standard of level Liverpool Football Club, we're anticipating, well, we're all hoping, and yes, we all have those ambitions. This is a club that deserves to be at the top of the European football and the top of the world football as well in the Premier League. But at the end of the day, if you've not got 11 players on a football pitch that aren't willing to run their bloody hearts out, you're going to get absolutely nowhere in football. But Connor's going with a 2-2. Tell you what, I'd bloody take a 2-2 at the minute, mate. Tell you that now. Gary, Ali, Gomez, Canate, Van Dijk, Robinson. I love that. I'd go with Gomez right back as well, chat. I want to see Canate straight away. I want to see him back into a red shirt anyway. But he's gone with Van Dijk, Robinson, Thiago, Fabinho, interesting, Bajcetic, Elliot, Nunes, and Salah as well. And Gary's one with a 5-0. Very optimistic, mate. Obviously, if it was a 5-0, we'd be absolutely made up because that would put Liverpool in top spots in terms of Champions League standings, which is the thing when you go into the knockout stages of the Champions League, you anticipate, you're going to see, even if you are playing the teams that are in second, you're going to be playing some big teams anyway. And considering quite a lot of the teams that have massively underplayed in terms of, you look at Atletico Madrid, the fact that Simeone was watching a couple of the game this weekend as well, and the fact that Simeone had bloody João Felix and all that on the bench. Tell you what, some of those players are wasted at Atletico. Christ. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping there'll be wholesale changes in reality. Brian's went with Ali, Trent, Canate, Virgil van Dijk, Costas, Bajcetic, Thiago, Elliott, Bobby, Nunes, and Salah. And for me there, Brian, I'd agree with you there. I don't want to see Fabinho play. I don't even think he's going to be getting into the Brazilian national side the way he's been playing the last couple of weeks. Chat, let us know. Did he get into the provisional Brazilian squad? I completely missed the provisional squad. I don't know if that's been announced by the Brazilian FA anyway, but let us know, chat. But I want to see Bajcetic given an opportunity, Brian, and especially doing the world of good. Regardless of the result, it's playing in front of 50-odd thousand underneath the lights at 8 p.m. It's going to be massive for his development, and he is the long-term future of the football club. Even the glimpses, we've seen a bit of a player there, but you'd only find out when you put these players into these big environments, and we'll see if they sink or swim. You just look at Harvey Elliott's development. It's frustrating seeing him get injured at the beginning of last season, but this season he's probably been one of the most positive in a season that's not got a lot of positives. Harvey Elliott is most definitely in the top 3 of the most positive players to come out of this season. We're asking an 18, 19-year-old player to really guide Liverpool up the league table, up the Champions League as well, take it into the next level. And it's Elliott's going to have to need a lot more help in that Liverpool team. But I'd love to see that, mate, because I think there will be a lot of, speaking to Dave, there will be a lot of wholesale changes in January and even the next 12 to 2 years anyway. There's going to be drastic changes in terms of personnel for Liverpool, and it's needed, most importantly. And we will play a lot of our subs, so we're not going to lose. But Mark's on with a 3-1 loss. As I said, I'll get to my score predictions. I don't think it's a surprise anyway, but I'm not going to go Liverpool win. Brian, 2-1 loss as well. Jan's gone with a 2-2 draw. Big up, mate. The crowd hasn't been that great of late, though, Jack. We're usually better in European nights, though. Yeah, 100% panel. Yeah, as I said, I enjoy, most importantly, if I've ever had the privilege of going to Anfield, it's chalk and cheese in reality, the European atmospheres. I don't know what it is. I think it's our competition, really. I think Liverpool Football Club has had such a great affiliation to the European Cup in our 130-odd year history as well. So, yeah, I don't know what I can put it down to, mate, but as I said, it will be a much improved European atmosphere. And I tell you what, if the players put in a lackluster performance that we've seen in recent weeks, the crowd won't let them go anyway. They'll let them know anyway, quite rightly so. Do you think we're missing that aggression on the pitch? 100% there, Brian. And chat, obviously, answer Brian's question as well. Most definitely, mate. Most definitely. I think the last 2 performances, as we've all discussed on the post-match shows, everyone, haven't we? But it's that aggression within the opening 5-10 minutes. And I think I've seen a lot of great stats on social media this week, and we've all seen them all season. After every bloody goal we conceded first, I've stopped counting now. I think it's like 8 or 9, something stupid that we conceded in the first 20-minute period. And it's quite frankly, when you're starting games like that, Brian, and chat, you're literally making it so much difficult, more harder for yourself. It's almost like these players love to come back from behind, but that's not how we should be getting into a 2-3-0 lead, and then just playing a bit more reserves, and then you can conserve a lot more energy going forward in like the last 30 minutes. That's ideally what you want to be doing, but it's difficult. By the way, Leeds now have a better record at Anfield than Man City. Good stat, that, Brian. Good stat. We don't to the options. We don't have the options on the bench. Need to sell Milner, Gomez, Firmino, Adrian, Ox, and Keita. 100% agree with you, mate. It's I don't know, Jan or chat. If you haven't seen a video I done a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago, I spoke about this. I analysed all the player contracts really. Just go back on my channel a couple of weeks ago, and we had a look at the contract renewals that potentially were needed, and all those players as you mentioned there, Jan. As I said, everyone knows me thoughts on Ox. He's been an absolute embarrassment in terms of the club. He should be playing through injections, really. You look at, I was speaking today before, and the lads, you look at certain players that play for Liverpool, you look at Suarez as well. His foot was swollen so many times when he played for Liverpool, or certain players, and Gerrard. You don't get that now. Like, if you told Ox to play through an injury, you'd be like, nah, sounds. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna get injections really in terms of me thoughts, or play through the pain barrier really to represent Liverpool. And a lot of the injuries with Ox and Naby, they've all been mentally in the brain. It's like, oh, I've got an injury. I'm not gonna play this week. It's frustrating, and that stems from the performance levels as well. Ideally, in an ideal world, Liverpool would have had Ox and Keita fit for the last 3-4 years, but it's never really been consistent. I know Keita had the most minutes played last season, but even still, the money we spent on him and the performance levels that we wanted to get out of both of those midfielders and similar players as well, it's not been good enough. But Panel's going with 4-0 to them. I want to say us out of loyalty, but I can't. Yeah, I'm going to go with... Yeah, I'm going to get my score prediction in straight away, and agree with Panel and agree with chat. I've got a feeling, and I'm hoping, as I said at the top of the show, I don't want it to be embarrassing, because this game will be watched by millions, and it's what it really showcases to the rest of Europe as well. But big up, Jay. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Massive thank you for all Jay's support as well. Try to help Jay in any way since he started the channel, mate. But I'm made up. Jay, it won't be long enough until you're on bloody 5, 10k, 15k. Continue what you're doing, mate. And as I said, mate, I'll probably mess you a bit later this evening, mate, and we'll hopefully go for the bevy, mate. Hopefully you're keeping well as well, mate. And every single one of you that has supported me for the last couple of years as well, even if you just found my channel this week, really appreciate it. And as I said, we'll be trying to get a lot more guests on as well. Apologies. I'm bloody shocking in terms of asking people to go on anyway. But as I said, I've had a busy last 2 days, so I haven't really had time to plan and properly prepare the episodes anyway. But Jay, I'll get you on very soon, mate, when you are available, mate. But big up there, Jay. You'll be on 10k soon enough, mate. But a massive thank you for all your support, mate, as always. Brian, I've gone with a 2-1 Napoli win, mate. Can't foresee us winning this game, in all honesty. Get to Brian's comment there. Come on, StreamYard, wake up. 3 of those lads are leaving on frees in the summer. Yeah, sell them. Yeah, I'd massively tell everyone to please go on and check it out on the channel. Yeah, I've done it months ago, really, when we had a look at the contracts and we discussed. I think he had Connor and a couple of lads on as well. But please do check it out, everyone. It's a good watch, really, and we've more or less answered all them. But yeah, trick or treating as well. Obviously, I know a lot of people do have families as well, so hopefully you had a lovely time, everyone. Or if you've just not answered the door, I know a lot of people do that as well. But everyone, hope you had a lovely evening, and hopefully the Reds do put a smile on our face tomorrow. But it's a massive hopefully. But big up, Gary. Hopefully everyone's had a good Halloween. We need more money, Brian. Yeah, I've done a lot of shows with Jay as well. All of us we've been banging the drum for the best part of the last couple of years. It's all right, us fans telling like the club to spend money, but they never will. They never listen. Is the rumour of Fabinho's wife has left him? I'm not too sure, Jay. I'm not too sure, mate. As I said, not seen any of that, so I don't really want to speculate. But hopefully that isn't the case, mate. But we'll find out. Big up there, Rob, as well. I'll tell you what, Carlo Ancelotti, weirdly, at the time at Everton, he was only down the road from mine anyway, and he just liked some chicken gaff and boodle. It was only not too far away anyway. And Carlo, supposedly, a bit of a mad fact, he loved the Strand chicken gaff. But yeah, if you know boodle and you know that chicken gaff, it's lovely. Do some some meal deals anyway. But yeah. Should have had a 5K party. Well, I will organise that, Rob. I'm in work tomorrow. So we'll be recording the game. And I will have, what date are we on now? So the post-match won't be out tomorrow. So please do head over to everyone else's bloody channel to watch their post-match. I'll be tuning into a lot of them once I finish work anyway. But we'll be recording the game. I will, of course, obviously watch the second half. But I will be back home by the second half. But I'll be watching everyone's watch-alongs and all that. But yeah, so our post-match video will be on the Wednesday night. Try and get a couple of lads on anyway if they're available. And we'll discuss all things Liverpool. And most definitely will be doing something special for the 5K mark, everyone. So really do appreciate it. Really is a massive milestone. I never anticipated anyone, Rob, or anyone. That's why I say, if anyone's got any aspirations of doing content or any channels or anything in life, just go for it, because if you put your 100% effort in, you'll always, every single one, you will achieve it. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, go for it, everyone, or whatever, just go for it. But yeah, I never anticipated even 2 people, 3 people will be watching the videos. Yeah, let's do it for the love of passion, really, everyone. I don't care about those players are finished. Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Jan. Quite a lot of them should have been sold. Just we've been speaking for the best part of the last couple of years, mate, on the channel. Should have been Thiago Groshton with us. Bloody hell, Rob. Wouldn't surprise me, mate. We haven't even got a bloody club doctor, so we have to use the NHS some way. Navi checked out long ago, 100% there, Brian. I think all of us would. I come from a massive Liverpool family. Parents known ex-players. Dad's had trials at LFC. Was a semi-pro goalkeeper. There you go, Mark. Spot on. And I want a massive win, but I can't see us going full out tomorrow as well. I'd agree with you there, Mark, and that's fantastic. It's mad. I know that's why I created my channel, and I will be doing. I think I'm going to be doing a documentary for uni. Well, I know we'll be doing a documentary for uni, and hopefully we'll get a couple of yous involved. And just really highlighting how much Liverpool means to every single one of us. Win, lose or draw, we always go into what Liverpool, football club, stretches every part of the globe. It's not just people in Liverpool. This club wouldn't be as big if it wasn't for the global fan base. And I love every fabric of the football club, because I know how much it means. That's why I do my channel, because it's like just speaking to your mates in the pub, but you're speaking to people in Australia, Asia as well, the Asian continent, and everywhere. So it's fantastic. So big up everyone supporting from around the globe. Naby is out till Christmas. I'm open, Mark. I'm open. I'd love us to terminate his contract. Same with Ox as well. Both of those players should have been gone long enough. Yeah, 100% agree with you, Jan. I think we all would. The problem with selling Ox and Naby is nobody is mad enough to buy them. Yeah, that's Brian. I'd just terminate the contracts. Get them off the wage bill anyway. I know you're paying for the wages if you're just paying them off anyway, but we don't have a Coutinho to sell. Suppose, yeah, I agree there, Brian, sadly. Nunez is one of the players who really looks forward to seeing. Nunez is one player I really look forward to seeing. Yeah, that's the thing, Gary. We need to be, and we all hate the word bloody transition. We all hate it. That word irritates every single one of us, and it is. We're all watching these performances 12 games into the Premier League season, and we knew Liverpool aren't used to playing with an out-and-out number 9. We've the early years under Klopp, played with Firmino, one of the best at that time when he was one of the best in his position for a very long time. But Nunez, now it's almost a case of we're not used to playing with an out-and-out number 9, which is mad considering the wide players and Liverpool whipping balls in. You'd think Nunes would be gathering it like literally on the end of all of them. But when you got Trent and Robbo this season not playing it to their highest standards, and we know the issues in midfield, you don't have to bang the drum every single one of us, but the issues do stem when you're not getting the ball to Nunes, or you're not getting the ball up the pitch, or you're not, most importantly, doing the defensive due diligence, really, in terms of just getting let down. But yeah, Gary, yeah, he's pure chaos as well. Nunes is just a box of tricks, really. He's a mad hatter, to say the least. I like Carvalho too. He's that bit of quality. Yeah, Brian. And that's the thing. If we are, I hate the word transition, if we are, as much as we hate it, if this season is a transition, which we all hope it isn't, but if the results carry on and Liverpool do, say, finish 6th, 7th, 8th, which would be a car crash in reality, but I'm hoping, I was speaking to Dave with this as well, big up Dave from Dave LFC chats, I spoke to a lot of the lads as well on their channels, that we need to build around certain players, especially if some of these players have basically packed up shop and just went, yeah, sorry, I'm not going to be putting in 100% effort, get them out of the football club. But it's, yeah, we need to build around the young quality, the young core that we've got at the minute of real quality. There's always waiting mates to get a Naby on a free, a bargain. He will start playing again then. Apparently Chelsea and Arsenal and Chelsea are keeping tabs on him. But Brian and chat, you know exactly what's going to happen there, don't you? Naby's going to leave Liverpool, or if he goes to another team in the Premier League, he'll be sound. He'll never get injured for what, 4 years on the bounce until the end of his career. It's just going to happen. Yeah, and if that is the case, then you know exactly what the issues were. Liverpool just did not know how to handle a player of his injury record or rehabilitation. We didn't handle it right. And there is something massively going on behind closed doors in terms of the rehabilitation, in terms of certain players. You should never have allowed the fall this low as well. 100% agree with you there, mate. Turns serious. One midfielder bought in, and how many windows? 8 it is. Yeah, Brian, we've all been banging that drum, and we all sound like a bloody broken record, and we're speaking to our mates or whatnot in the group chats and everything. It's quite frankly not good enough, but that's why I said to you on the post-match, everyone, at a Leeds game, I get bloody tired of it. Like, it's all right, all of us. I enjoy doing the transfer windows, but in reality, when I finish them, I'm like, and even the back end of all these windows, like, we all sit there on Sky, like, absolute, all of us are like idiots in terms of just thinking that, like, even me, I'm the biggest one of them in terms of thinking that we're going to sign anyone, but we get the wool pulled over our eyes in reality and going, oh, yeah, we're going to get someone. No, we're not. No, we're not, which is sad because we've got money there to spend, as we all know. Liverpool need 7 midfielders, 2 in January and 5 in the summer. FS need to spend. That's the thing. Yeah, 100% there again. I think we'd all agree. Need to bring Ramsey and Doak up. Yeah, that's a big shout, chat. Would you start with Doak before the World Cup? Just give him an opportunity. I know you're literally clutching his straws when you're asking a young lad, but the young lad from Celtic, to be honest, I was speaking to a couple, Doug anyway, seen quite a lot of him. Well, I think he only played like 2 senior games for Rangers, but in terms of a youth level, you watched them already in under 21s, the youth European level cup anyway. Liverpool were unbeaten before the last group game we played, but I tell you what, Doak is something special, mate. And even if we need him, put him on the bench. Like, and if it's not going well, give him an opportunity. I'm pretty sure Doak will have that hunger and desire that certain Liverpool players we've seen in recent weeks don't have, which is mad. One would get Barella and De Jong in January. I'd love that, Gary, because that would elevate Liverpool's quality twofold, massively. But yeah, it's disappointing, matey. Also, according to AC Milan, could get Naby off our hands on a free if LFC agree to now an informal type of swap deal to sell us Sandro Tonali for 42 million. Oof. Yeah, I've seen glimpses of Tonali, not going to sit here and say I'm being an avid watcher, but he comes with a big rapport in terms of Italian football anyway, especially AC Milan. I don't think they'd allow him to go on cheap, mate, but I'll be all over that, mate, massively. His ball retention is really good. And as we alluded to at the top of the show, the statistics really in terms of the Italian side being very defensive, but stereotypical of their league. Even when you look at the Maldinis, Beresis as well, Cannavaros, the legendary centre-halves, and even over the last 15, 20-year periods, even when those legends have retired, you've got like the Bastonis and Inter Milan as well, and certain different characterized players of that ilk in terms of just having, how to defend. And Tonali's one of them players that can most definitely break down a low block. You can surely do it in Italy anyway. You can do it in the Premier League, I'm pretty sure. Can't see you spending big. I agree with Mark. But who knows, the deals might be happening. Please, can Ramsey start or does he get a 45-minute? I'd love him to start, Brian. I'd want him, as we said at the top of the show, we want to see something different from Liverpool. And you're not going to be seeing anything different if you're not going to be changing the personnel. Because, not to even mention certain plays, because I was still so angry after that Leeds game, like every single one of us. Bloody fuming. Beware of the Premier League. The PR, 100% there, Gary, I mentioned that. They'll get the flowers out anyway and try and settle the cop. Reds, we've seen through it all. I hope we're not looking at Tillman's not on a free. No. Don't get me started on, but you know my thoughts on Tillman's. Far too slow. Christ, we need legs in midfield. But yeah, chat, I've gone with a 2-1 win to Napoli. As I said, I want to be as positive as possibly can, but I'm not naive. I don't think any of us are naive. Fair enough. If it was off the back of, obviously, the West Ham game that we got 3 points in, even though that wasn't the best performance, but most importantly, we got 3 points. The City game. But yeah. And Bruno. Bruno from Newcastle. James Martin, Liverpool, have concrete interest in buying him from Newcastle in January. Yeah, I'd love that, Panov. I've got a lot of Geordie mates. I was winding me mate up, mate Ryan anyway, saying that we're going to get him off. Yeah, but it's madness that City and Liverpool both missed out on them. I think when the reports happened and when Newcastle signed him, it was on social media, a lot of the well-respected journos were saying even Liverpool and City were taking a step back and going, bloody hell, they've actually got him. But it's going to take a massive fee, and especially Christ. That's another show for another night. Imagine if Newcastle get Champions League football this season. That would set Liverpool back a couple of years anyway, because we all know how important European Champions League, most importantly, Champions League football is. No, Mark, 100% no, miss. Lima, we can stop him going to Bayern on a free. Perfect player, but not sure if he's made this decision, Brian. Yeah, I'd love him, mate. He fits the profile in terms of he's very athletic, and he very versatile. I think he comes in at the right age as well. He's about 24, 25 years old, so you will get your peak years, to say the least. And it goes to say, when we bought Fabinho, he was quite young anyway. He's 24, 25 anyway. Similar with the players that we've had. We bought them in at the right level, and we've over the last 3 to 4 years, we've seen the great performances. We got the best out of them, but now we just haven't planned really, have we, chat, in terms for the next stage. How we didn't get Bruno in the first place, 100% there, Rob. Fuming, mate. Spoke to you, haven't you? Having a laugh in terms, it's ridiculous. But as I was saying today, we'll do a show this week and try and get the lads on as well. If you want to get involved, let us know. Hit us up on Instagram or Twitter. They're my best social media. So that's Anfield Road on Instagram, and obviously on Twitter as well. Just DM us. Who wants Jude? He's going to Real Madrid and City, mate. He's 100%. 100% going to Real Madrid or City. Newcastle aren't letting him go. Yeah, 100% there, Brian. No chance. But lads and ladies, it's been an absolute pleasure, as always. Thank you to every single one of you. I will be doing a 5K special this week. I will plan something, and it'll be a very long stream. I'll try and edit a couple of bits of content anyway. Or it'd probably be better if, you know what? I'll probably do a pre-recording, but I will edit all like my old videos from like the very dark, not the dark days, but the very long days of me, like my very first episodes and all that. Yeah, I'll do a pre-recorded video, but I will be in the chat as well. But just make it better from a better production quality standard anyway. If I edit it in, but it'd be good. But yeah, with the amount of upgrades needed in the midfield, just getting into one, I feel would be massive help. quality though, and Lima is a top player as well, most importantly. So, chat, there won't be a live stream watch along tomorrow, so please do head over to everyone's, obviously, the Cop Council, Jamie Phillips football chats as well. No, not too sure if Jay will be doing one, but everyone will be doing watch along. So please do head over to everyone's channels. The Dugout Football channel as well, Dave LSE chats, every single one of them. There's so many great Liverpool channels out there, so many of them. And it's great to see people speaking their thoughts as well and interacting with the great Reds around the world as well, most importantly. But chat, massive thank you, as always, every single one of you. Apologies, it's a bit of a down episode, but as I said, you know me to be positive, and I try my best to be as positive as I possibly can. But I'm not going to be naive and just sit here and be stupidly positive, because it looked very silly anyway. But big up there, mate. No kind of use it all the bloody legends. And as I said, a massive thank you to every single one of you that does tune in week out anyway. And as I said, massive thank you to all, obviously, the channel members, absolute legends. Been an absolute pleasure. So I will have a post-match reaction show out on Wednesday evening. As Panos said there, happy Halloween to everyone. Big up there, best supporters around the world. Yeah, absolute legends. But chat, if you're free this evening as well, please do head over to the Cop Council. I will see you there in the comment section below. Or if Jamie's streaming, drop over to Jamie's channel as well, everyone. But yeah, I'll have a lovely rest of your night. Happy Halloween. Don't be eating too many sweets, everyone. There's always I know what I'm like. Oh, I love me sweets. That's part of Halloween. But yeah, chat, have a lovely rest of your evening. So do head over to the Cop Council now. Mark, if you could drop Connor's link in the chat there for them. For chat as well. He's no Connor. The Cop Council. I'll see you all in there very soon. But Reds, you never walk alone. I'll please Liverpool. Just get the bloody. We just want to see a performance and 3 points. Come on, minutes. See you later on. Thank you.